Hello crafty friends, it's Diane with Bean Street Paper here, and today I thought I would show you how to make this adorable card using a simple paper piece technique. This technique is great for using up scraps, and it makes a card that, you know, if you don't have Copic markers or alcohol ink markers, you can do so much with this. So I have already pre-cut my card base. It's my standard favorite size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. You're gonna need scissors, little snip scissors, a stamp. I chose to use Honeycomb Happiness from Stampin' Up. I love this ice cream cone, but this little bird would be super cute too. So he may be my next card. But as you can see, I used the ice cream cone and You're So Sweet on this one, and I think I'm just gonna make another one of these. Now, this is a basic, I mean, you could put rhinestones on here, you could put sequins, you could put enamel dots, you can dress it up however you want to dress it up to make it fancier. But I just like the clean and simple way this looks. So I'm going to use, I also cheated a little bit and have cut my bases. So I have my card base, and then I cut each base 1/4 inch smaller. So this is going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then the part that I'm going to stamp on is going to be 3 1/4 inches by 5. And what I'm going to do, I dug through my scrap bin and took out 2, I wanted strawberry ice cream, so I took out 2 scraps. This is an awesome way to go through your scrap bin and use up scraps. So it's just a piece of craft cardstock and a piece of pink. I thought it looked like strawberry ice cream, so I thought it was perfect for this technique. And you'll need a stamp block because they're cling stamps. Now, I'm going to use the ice cream and You're Sweet. And what I'm going to do is I stamped, we're going to work with this piece first. So this is going to be my actual card. I stamped, I'm going to take my ice cream and stick them on there. My ice cream, and you can't see it because it's underneath this. I stamped him in black because I wanted my sentiment, You're So Sweet, to be in black. So what I'm going to do is take my black stamp pad and stamp him right in the middle, and I'm just eyeballing. There's no measuring going on. I'm gonna just hold it there for a second and pull it straight up. Okay, so now you're not even gonna see that when I'm done, but I need that on there first so I know where to stamp my sentiment. I know, sounds kind of backwards, but it works for me. So I'm gonna ink up You're So Sweet. And I'm gonna center that under, again, just eyeballing my ice cream. And when you stamp, you wanna press straight down and lift straight up, just like that. Now, I'm done with You're So Sweet, so we don't need him anymore. I'm gonna go back to my ice cream, and if you can see on this guy, I stamped him in brown instead of a black outline. So I'm gonna take my 2 scraps of paper. Now, the craft paper is gonna be my ice cream cone, so I wanna make sure I also have a brown ink pad. You can do it in black, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna stamp my ice cream on both of these sheets of paper. on both my pink and my craft. Okay? And we're done stamping, so we can get rid of that. My air conditioner just kicked on. Okay, so now I have an ice cream on both of these. What I'm gonna do now is take my snips. I wanna cut out the ice cream cone on this. So I'm gonna cut very close. You wanna try to get it as close to the actual ink as you can, because you want it to cover that. Now, you don't have to stamp that on there at all. You can just paper piece it right on there. However, I like to make sure all my stuff, or I try to make sure all my stuff is lined up. Okay, so I'm gonna cut out my ice cream and I'm cutting the ice cream portion right off the top of my ice cream. I don't even need it. Don't even need it. Bloop, gone. Okay, there's my cone. That's garbage. On this piece, I'm gonna cut out my ice cream scoop. So I'm gonna cut again. With my snips, I'm gonna cut around this ice cream. It's way easier to move the paper than the scissors. So I turn, it doesn't look like it, but I turn with my left hand and just kind of hold the scissors straight with my right. Okay. And I just cut around where the ink is. And there's my ice cream. Okay, so I'm going to want wet glue to put on my pieces. It's kind of like doing a puzzle. It's really not, it's really kind of fun. I'm gonna just put a little bit of glue on the back of this. This also gives me time to kind of move it around and get it centered where I want it to be. The wet glue does. Whoop, see? He just kind of slid right off there, didn't he? Okay, so I'm gonna let him sit for a second while I glue up my little ice cream. I'm putting a thin it appears that I'm clogged a little bit. There we go. All right. And I'm gonna just piece him right on top. Make sure I press him down. And that's it. It's done. I'm gonna take my base. Oh, I just realized I don't have my ATG gun. I left it at work. Well, let's see. Do I have a spare? I guess we're gonna do this the hard way. Grab another roll of ATG. Open this up. Or use scissors, because that's going to make it a whole lot easier. You can do this the old school way. I'm going to turn my base over and put ATG on the back. I can't believe I left one of the most important parts of doing a video. The ATG. All right. So now you guys are gonna have to watch me pick this off here. Sorry. All right. So I got my base on. Just gonna line that guy up. Okay. And then I'm gonna do the same. Then I'm gonna do the same thing with my You're So Sweet. A couple things to remember when doing this technique. You want a stamp that is easy to cut out. So this guy's easy to cut out. I would not use I'm looking on my desk for something. Say this stamp. You would never cut that out. Now, you could stamp it and then cut the moon out and put it on top in a different color, but you would never try to paper piece this together. It would make me insane. Or, you know, that tree would be hard to cut. To cut around. So there's just some stamps I wouldn't use personally. Wispy stamps, anything with, you know, shading or anything like that. But think of all, like, I have a ton of scraps. I have a whole bin full of scraps. So I could do, say, a set of these cards. I could do chocolate ice cream, vanilla ice cream, pistachio ice cream, you know, I mean, mint chocolate chip. You could do any kind of ice cream. You could stack more than one ice cream flavor on top of each other. So it's a good way to put color into your cards if you don't have markers. And it's a good way to use your cards and use your stamps in a more versatile way. So I sure hope you liked this video on paper piecing. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you all have a very crafty day. I'll be back with more tutorials and hauls and things like that. So if there's something you would like to see, please leave me a message below. Have a good night, friends.